This is supposed to be a country, a civilization of higher education, of advanced knowledge, advanced education, a country of so-called civilization. Am I right or wrong? That's what they teach us in school, from childhood. This is the best country in the world. You can't find a country better than this. This is the most civilized country in the world, the most advanced country in the world. Nobody has an educational system better than we do. All of you, including me, that went to these fancy colleges and universities, well, guess what? We've all been brainwashed and hypnotized and indoctrinated and programmed to believe a lot of BS in the guise of education. But let me ask you this. If it's truly, honestly, and sincerely a country, a civilization, a society of higher learning, of so-called civilization, since when does a country like this do these things to its citizens? So in other words, this is a country of fraud, of lies, illusions, deceptions. We were told that this country is about a democracy. It's supposed to be a democratic system. But when this stuff like this is going on to the elderly, not just here in New York City, but in other states and across the country, and even in other countries, I understand that they're doing this kind of gentrification, privatization, corporatization. So you have to come to the senses and realize, this is all a scam. This is a lie. This is bullshit. So what we got to do now is we got to develop some strategies to counteract it. That's what we have to do. It's inevitable, because if you don't do something, there's going to be too much homelessness spread across not just New York City, but across the country and across the world.
We know we won't get the real deal with any federal administration, but the more we work together, the more resilient we could be against the long road ahead, fighting for political, economic systems change, both domestically and with fellow strugglers overseas as well. I can go on, but we need to bring on board more folks to the fight of organizing NYCHA residents until we tank this immoral and unethical plan. Always remember that there's something to talk about when it comes to keeping private companies away. We need to fight their greed in nearby neighborhoods and make sure that our friends and family elsewhere know that privatization isn't their saving grace as well. We are the saving grace we are looking for, each other.
If it happens to go through, God forbid, that they succeed in corporatizing all the NYCHA houses around the city and across the country, where do you think you're going to go? You're going to be homeless, walking back and forth from city to city, from state to state. What do you think they're going to do to you? They got plans for you. They're going to corral you up and put you in concentration camps, just like in the futuristic movies. That's what they're going for. That's what they're going for. So, these so-called institutes of higher learning, this so-called society of higher civilization is really BS. There is no civil liberties when you do something like this. There is no constitutional rights for the individuals when you do this kind of stuff, when you allow corporations to strip people of their homes and their land and their personal belongings and personal freedom. It's a bunch of hogwash. It's a bunch of nonsense. So, I just say that to say that we've all been duped, we've all been lied to, we've all been programmed and hypnotized. So a society like this is not really a democratic society. When you see stuff like this going on, you gotta take a step back and realize, this is all been a lie ever since I was born here in this society, ever since I was raised in this so-called civilized society. This is a lie. With these devils, you cannot sleep, you cannot rest, you cannot relax. So this is a war. We are at war. This is a battle. Any way you look at it. It's a battle.
Don't take this laying down, guys. Let's stand up for what we want, what we need. We need change too. And we don't have bigger people that's on our side. It's us. It's us. It's no Al Sharpton. There's no Jesse Jackson. It's none of these people. It's us. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. You're human, just like I am. And what they're going to do to one housing project, they're going to do it for another one. And on and on. Fight, guys. Fight for us all. Not just for one, but for all. Fight for all.